I just finished filming the fascia masterclass, or like an online class of fascia one-on-ones. Literally me passionately speaking on my favorite topic on earth. I don't know if you are familiar with fascia. I really wish you are. If not, stick around here, because it's literally what I do as a somatic practitioner and body educator, is preaching fascia and how our body is a big system within a system within a system, and fascia is one of them. It's main communicator in our body. And the more I study, the more I dig into it, the more I practice it on myself and see results, both fitness wise, the body quality wise, and emotional and spiritual, the more I fall in love with fascia. It's the rabbit hole that I don't wanna get out ever. Please keep me there. Because the more I study, the more deep this hole become. There is so much magic, both metaphysical and physical, mechanical, in fascia. There are plenty of scientific answers, finally, to the questions that has arisen in humanity, and also a lot of scientific studies, explanations that are measured, things that has been around for centuries, for thousands of years in an in our ancestral knowledge, such as Chinese medicine, Qigong, acupuncture, Ayurveda. Many cultures kept these traditions in their own languages, that now modern science, with their technological advances and medical science, they finally meeting each other. Their different languages meeting each other in the topic of fascia. For example, the acupuncture meridians, 80% of them correspond to the fascial meridians, fascial lines. This is blowing my mind. It's literal electricity in our body, in our crystalline matrix, which is solid and liquid at the same time. That running through it, the electricity runs through our fascia and communicates one signal to another, from one part of the body to another. Crazy things. And I know that I look like this guy, but I am. When it comes to fascia, I'm exactly this. Everything is interconnected. Everything is fascia. Yeah. But it's something actually that was always around for myself, and it was my background. It's literally my villain origin story. Not a villain, but my origin story starts with a physicist that was my medical practitioner. He worked with a physician, and he was an engineer. He was a physicist, a Soviet physicist. So that Soviet physicist ingrained in my child's mind that our body is a system. And what I now understand, that he has been getting my biofeedback and translating it into medical language, and therefore cured me for many chronic conditions back then. So the knowledge and this notion of the body is a machine, the body is a system. It's not a one particle that if your finger hurts, you have to cure the finger. No, you have to look the whole machine. That notion has been ingrained and installed in me from the age of 5. So yeah, I really am passionate about it. So I just filmed the whole class on it. And if you wanna join, it's on demand. It's available on my website. I will leave the links under the video, of course. And another crazy thing for me about fascia is that I personally started learning about it from a physical point of view, from a fitness point of view. So when you are training fascia centered, your movements and your functional training is specifically centered around fascia, you will see results quite quickly. And that was what sold me to the fascia, because back in 2021-22, I was starting training with my personal trainer, who is a champion in Tai Chi and been a personal training for years. And I believe he's a champion, and I mean worldwide, world champion in many different arts. But one of them is Tai Chi, and he intertwined the Tai Chi knowledge into fascia and into training. So when I was starting training with him, in 2 weeks I saw results, and I was like, wow, what is this fascia? Literally can make me fit, and I have never seen results, such results in any sport that I performed and overtried in my life. And I was kind of disappointed in the whole workout culture, and going to the gym never was my jam. The diets, like, I have the history of eating disorders, and it's just never felt natural. And most importantly, for me as a millennial, because we can be quite aggressive toward ourselves and push through the limits, it's in our upbringing. So if I have seen results, maybe I would have persisted, but I have never seen results in those trainings. And there, in 2 weeks, I had a snitched waist. Like, I finally saw my abs, I finally saw my waist, and it was like, but then I start digging. But I also studied a lot of things in my journey: psychology, trauma work, diaphragm, visceral massage. Back then I was very intense on these topics that at time they felt kinda random. Not random, because nothing in the body is random. As I said, it's a system, and I always had this comprehension, but I've been studying the body from different standpoints: lymphatic work, self-healing, self-regulation, cardiovascular work, fascia, visceral massage, manual work, and obviously my interest in medical astrology, astrology in general, human design, psychology. I've been studying my mother's psychology books since I was like 11, when she did her university studies and brought all the books at home, and I started reading every Burn of Alan Pease at the age of 11. And now, how fascia enters in all of this. Now, with every new study and every new piece of information that I... Do you hear them? Do you hear the birds? Beautiful. The sun has already set, and it's kind of nice here. So yeah, the every new piece of information that I gathered and still gathering about fascia, it's just like it interconnects everything that I have ever studied. Trauma work, emotional, how it lives in your body, lymphatic work, nervous system work, cardiovascular, manual, self-healing, psychology, dare I say astrology, medical astrology, but that's probably for another time. But the more I see, the more I see fascia everywhere. It is literally the answer to so many questions, and it sparks interest everywhere. Like, it's a crystal, for dear God, it's a crystal. And me as a child, I always been attracted, but still as adults, I am super attracted to crystals, stones, and pebbles. Yeah, I love crystals. But I have never had an explanation for myself, like what the crystals actually do. What is it? Why I'm so attracted? But it turns out I am a crystal, because fascia is a crystal. It's a crystal-like matrix. So I am a crystal. So I love crystals. And I love myself, therefore. This is very nice. This is very, very cool. And I'm all fangirly about that, but I'm also super practical as a somatic practitioner about that. I'm super serious when I talk about this. Even if I'm all friendly and charming and stuff, I'm not kidding around fascia. Never could I dare to kid around fascia. No jokes here. Yeah, it's just a way to entertain. This who I am. One of the sides of the crystal that I am. One of the facets. So you are crystal as well, and crystal to crystal, you are so powerful. You are magic. Don't ever dare to forget that. Remember, you are little crystal.